This week's episode is sponsored by Guidance by Lee.
And a special thanks to Stop Short Auto Spa.
You see teenage star that you call in halo.
Sam, you think he's gonna show up?
I hope so.
Come on, what if
Set
he
up.
doesn't show up? Like, what if he doesn't show up?
You got a backup plan?
No. Hi!
Hi.
Thank you for coming! This is like a long-awaited interview. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
We were born ready. So we're here for episode 21 of Resilience Unscripted with the one and only Mario Todisco, my father, my best friend, my co-pilot, my business partner, Mario's mission, part owner of Todisco Sober Homes. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
How about yourself?
Oh, lovely. Thanks for asking.
Good.
You know, this is a little weird because I never had family on here, but we're going to do I know your whole story, but no one else does. So let's go from the beginning. So you got 33 years coming up in January of recovery. What age did you start with your journey of using drugs and alcohol?
Yeah, about 17 years old.
Yeah. Did that have anything to do with living in East Boston?
It most certainly did.
And a lot of bad influences, huh?
A lot of corners, a lot of places people hung around.
You had two older brothers,
Yes.
Uncle Arthur and Uncle Anthony.
Yep.
And they were both involved in drugs and alcohol as well?
Yep.
Was that hard for you growing up?
Kind of steered me down the wrong roads.
Yeah. Because you all used to go out and drink and get high together.
We drank together.
Yeah.
Not my older brother,
No?
Anthony.
No? Anthony didn't want to be involved in that?
No, he did.
Oh. Arthur?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it like living in East Boston? This was during the riots and everything, busing and all that type of stuff.
Forced busing was happening. Riots were happening. Everybody was fighting. School wasn't school.
So do you think that was another reason you guys were just hanging on the corner and doing things you shouldn't have been
Things
doing?
weren't right, put it that way.
You had a lot of friends though.
The wrong kind of friends.
Right, but you had a lot of friends though.
Yeah, we did.
And you guys all hung on Byron Corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How'd that go? How'd that go for you?
Not good.
What was it like? Give us
A lot
an
of drinking, a lot of drugs,
Mhm.
a lot of hiding from reality. That's what it was.
But you guys were famous. Everybody knew you. Everybody knew the corner.
Well, that was the well-known corner. Put it
Yeah.
that way.
So what was
Out
it?
of many corners.
What was it like growing up in that era and having two older brothers of that type of influence? Do you feel that impacted you to start using drugs? Because did it start with alcohol and then go to drugs?
Yes, it did.
Okay. What was your drug of choice?
Whatever I could get my hands on.
Give us an example.
Pills, Valiums, drinking, cocaine, and a little angel dust here and there.
Were you an angel?
No, far from it.
You know I'm going to make this as light as possible because I know you don't like being interviewed, but this is the long-awaited interview that everybody's wanted to see.
Well, it wasn't a perfect life, put it that way.
Yeah, Grandma and Grandpa probably wanted to you.
wanted
Well, Sam, I don't know if we could say that. I was trying to make a little joke of it, but yeah, I don't think Grandma and Grandpa were too happy.
No, they weren't.
No. How was that for them?
It was hot.
Do Do you think it was really hard for them?
Going down the police station, get me out of jail all the time. Yeah.
Were you part of East Boston's finest?
They knew me real good.
Yeah. In and out.
They knew who I was, put it that way.
So how long did this go on for?
For years. Years. So I'd say maybe 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, on and off.
So you were stipulated to go to a program upon conditions of release, and you went to Meridian House. How did that go for you?
It was a hard place to go to. Strict.
Tell us about that.
Very strict. They had rules and upon rules, and I wasn't a rule person.
Yeah, rules are meant to be broken with you.
Well, that was
Not
the way
here,
it was.
though.
That was the way it was. But then I went to the Salvation Army, and I found it better.
So how did you get out of Meridian House if you were stipulated to go there?
I left
Where did you go from there?
back to the courthouse.
And how was that? What did you just say? I'm not going back?
No, they gave me another ultimatum,
Okay.
and I took it.
Well, that was good. Do you feel like that was the starting point of where you really took your recovery seriously?
Yes, it was.
So it's safe to say that Salvation Army saved you.
They did.
How is it living up in Saugus at Salvation Army?
It was different. It was a lot of rules there too. You know, you had to do your program. You had to work. You had to go to church on Sunday. You had to do your cleanups around the place. And so you did what you had to do.
Did you find it easier than the Meridian House?
A lot easier.
Even though Meridian
Because-
House was in your neck of the woods, you liked Saugus
It
better.
was better for me because I was away from East Boston.
Mm.
And I didn't look out the window and see people. And
Places and things?
yeah, I didn't need to see that stuff.
Mm. So you really struggled with your recovery until you got to Salvation Army. What was it like after Salvation Army?
Work still. I always worked. I stayed out of trouble as much as I could. And still, the bars were around, the drinking was around. So you had to steer clear of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Try to. And if you didn't relapse, you relapsed.
So I know you did your recovery a little differently than most. You didn't follow the NAAA. You did it your way.
I did it both ways. I still went to the meetings. I still went to NA Social Center East Boston. Yeah. And so that's where I knew a lot of people that knew me. They'd say, Mario, good to see you here. You know, what brings you back down here? What brings you back down here is sobriety.
Yeah.
And it was hard. As time went on, I found it easier. Like I found jobs like I drove a truck for a living.
Mm-hmm.
That got me away from doing drugs. Because obviously you can't drive
But
a
hold
big
on.
truck on drugs.
Hold on. Let's go back a second. Let's go way back.
What?
You got that job because Papa took a chance in you and he made sure that you got your license and that you had everything under control and he gave you that opportunity.
He did. And that gave me
But
a
that
boost.
wasn't your get well job. What was your get well job after Salvation Army?
That was my get well job.
No, you did something else before that.
I worked at a gas station.
There you go.
That was a
But that was a
hit
get
or
well
miss
job.
job.
And then you got into the iron and the drive-in and
Deliveries.
steel work and everything.
I did that for 27 years, which wasn't easy. It was work. It kept me out of trouble. It kept me focused on life.
So you did the steel work for 24 years and then you worked for another company doing construction
Yes.
for 3 years.
No, 5 years.
5 years.
Yes. Driving a dump truck. Class B truck again.
So then you worked for my mother's family for 20.
Yeah, first
2
I married my
years.
mother, and that's how I got
Yeah. Let's get the story straight. He married my mother first. He married into the family. He met these wonderful people that helped him get his life together. My grandfather was an angel and took you under his wing.
He did.
He had 4 boys of his own, and then he got another one.
It was strict,
Yeah.
but that's what got us all straightened. It got me straight.
Do you think your relationship with him helped you stay clean?
He put my life in order, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think your relationship with him and being away from your family who was still using at the time, like your brothers, made it easier for you to stay clean?
It did, because I didn't fall back into the same routine. So I went on with my life, and I forgot about all that stuff. I kind of, work was my, how do you say, my medicine. Keep me out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I was working, I was busy, and I didn't think about it.
Why do you think it was easy for you to get clean, but not for your brothers?
Because they always hung around the same area, same routine.
They liked it though. That was their
They-
thing.
They just,
I don't know if they liked getting high, but they liked the lifestyle of living with the people they were hanging with going to and from the places they were going. Like that was their routine. That's what they knew.
that's what they did.
But you broke that routine.
Because I got away from it all. We had you, and my life had more demands on it than just hanging around the corner, deciding what I'm going to get in trouble doing.
But
next.
hold on. You have another daughter. Yes,
Yes, I do.
who, if I'm 27, she's 37. And you were still using and then getting clean early into your recovery when she was younger. So that was like a hit or miss with the recovery then. Do you think that impacted your relationship with her?
It did.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to really be a father to her because I was still running around with people I shouldn't be with, things I shouldn't have been doing, a lot of things that went wrong that now don't go wrong.
But when I was born, it was like the light bulb went off and everything changed.
Yeah, well, put it this way. I didn't have much choice in the matter when you came along.
Well, I'm my mother's miracle child because my mother wasn't supposed to have children. She had a brain tumor, and Mass General, quote unquote, told her, you will not be able to have kids. Do you feel that having me kind of helped save you?
It did.
People always say sometimes like new marriages, new children, new jobs, new homes, like help reshape their
homes.
life.
One after the other, yeah.
You think that really helped you?
It had me put more demands on my life that I couldn't go down those roads anymore. I had to look forward and not backwards.
Mhm.
So that's what I did.
So let's talk a little bit about current day.
Current day,
Yeah, current day.
things are looking better.
Yeah, we almost lost you a year ago to your heart condition,
I know.
which was very scary. But for somebody who's overcome addiction and went through 2 open heart surgeries, skin grafts, 2 strokes during the surgeries, you've overcome a lot. And you're still here and you're still clean and you're still fighting and you're not falling back on old habits because things get tough. And when the going gets tough, sometimes people do fall back on things because it's what they know. What
It's
have
the easy way out.
What have you done to help keep yourself on track?
I kept myself busy still. I mean, I still to this day go to stores, go to do things, go to the post. I go to the post office. I do yard running.
Yeah.
I just keep myself busy.
You're like my little
So-
assistant sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. You could call it that.
You do what I can't do.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. And then in 2023, November 3rd, 2023, we started Mario's Mission. And that was when you kind of started opening up a little bit more about your life because I knew about your life,
But you didn't know everything.
but I didn't know everything.
And now you do.
And now I do. And I love it because we have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because I didn't know when people used to look at me and they'd say, you're Mario's daughter. And their eyes would get like wide open. I really didn't know what that meant, but now I love it. I'm embracing it. Like, we really are a lot alike.
Somewhat.
You know, we have big hearts, but we also tell it like it is. And that's just kind of the Todisco
that's the
way.
It is. You're not going to change how it is.
No. So we started Mario's Mission. And since then, we've been able to do what? Help a lot of people stay clean.
Try to help people, yeah. Stay clean. But you have to want it. You can't make somebody, how do I say, lead the horse to the water. You can't make them drink.
Mm-hmm.
But you can be there and try to coach them in the right directions and information. And
Do you believe in aftercare? Like, I know you went to Meridian and Salvation, but now there's like all these outpatient programs that people can go to after inpatient like that. And maybe there was some back then, but like, I know my resources of knowledge from then is limited to those 2 per namesake. But now you can go to like all these outpatient places and get help, and you can go to these programs where you go for 5 hours a day. Like, do you think that really helps people, or do you think the way you did it was helpful?
I think whatever fits your needs at the time is what's good.
Mm.
I mean, it's good for, those programs are good for people who want them, that need them. But I did it my way.
Hmm.
I did it a different way.
Are you Frank Sinatra?
No.
Because that was perfect.
No, I'm not. I did it my own way, which was a different way. It was by hard work, staying clean, not hanging around with people no more. That got me to go down the wrong avenues in life. It wasn't there for me anymore.
Hmm.
So I didn't do it. And your mother played a big part in my life.
I know she did. She's like the wooden.
She's like the drill instructor.
She is like the drill instructor, but she means well.
I know.
And she tries hard.
I know that.
And she grew up in a different lifestyle.
That's a good thing.
Right.
She never had those problems.
But I kind of grew up in the middle. Like, I had the good lifestyle, but I also was dipping out of school and hanging around with people I shouldn't have. And
you almost went down the wrong roads, I bet you.
Yeah, I did.
I can see it.
Again, Tim, you gotta cut that word out, please. But yeah, no. I was hanging around with some people that I probably shouldn't have been. And to this current day, the people that I hang around with that maybe I shouldn't hang around with, I try to help because that's my job now. But back then, I don't know, we were all just dipping out of school, hanging around 7-Eleven, running the streets of Winthrop and East Boston, doing whatever we wanted. And then I'd walk back into school at 2:30 in the afternoon, like I never left, and say, "What are you talking about? I was here all day," because the cameras didn't work at the old Winthrop High School. And I'd walk back in and say, "I was here all day. What are you talking about?"
The cameras always worked where I was.
I don't know. Selective. We always knew what door the cameras weren't working on because you could see them. And we all knew which door to go out of. Yeah, it was great. Great times.
At least you knew the school where what cameras you could go near and which ones you couldn't.
But it's nice to hear that we've both been able to do something constructive with our lives.
It is good.
Because I was a hellion.
It's good to be here, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Considering what happened.
Yeah.
So I got a second, put it this way, a third chance at life.
When you were using, did you ever overdose?
Yeah.
Like to the point you had your stomach pumped?
A few times.
So you almost lost your life then. And then 32 years later, you almost lost your life again to a heart condition. What would you tell somebody who's in a treatment center currently that wants to leave? What advice?
Stay there. Don't leave. No matter what your heart tells you. Stay there and do the program and go on with your life.
What if they want to leave because they think they can do it without doing the program?
Not a good thing to do, but I did it.
But you finished. You graduated Salvation Army.
Yes, I did.
What if this was a person who was like, nah, I don't need a program. Like, I'm just going to leave.
My advice would be rethink it and stay there. Finish the program.
Yeah. So what do we do currently? What are we sitting in right now?
Sober home.
I know this is uncomfortable for you because you hate cameras and you hate everything, but I'm so proud that you're here. Like, this is getting you out of your comfort zone.
No, it's not good.
We're in Todisco Sober Homes, which is named after Auntie Kathy's place.
I know. Which was my older brother's wife. I know all about it.
But what led me up to doing this?
We did.
Okay, thank you. What led us up to doing this?
We wanted to help people.
All right. And
we wanted to help
people. You got to keep the mic up to your mouth.
We wanted to help people.
There you go. We wanted to help people. He's not with the times. Like, my father knows nothing about technology, social media. So, like, this is really huge that he's here even doing this. But, like, we're trying to, like, get him to be comfortable with, like, speaking and how to use the equipment. So, thank you for being here and being patient with our modern day technology.
Yeah. You got it.
You got it. Go ahead, studio audience. Ask your question.
Was there an event that happened that, like, what led to the beginning of like Mario's mission in Todisco sober homes? Like, what brought that on? Like, I know you said wanting to help people, but was there like specific events that like led
My
to that?
life, my problems were, they were pretty bad. You know, always, when I think back of it, always riding in the back of a police car.
He was
getting
District
transported-
7's finest.
Getting transported from like District 7 to Boston or wherever they were keeping me. And then my father, I had to call my father. Dad, you gotta come and get me. Where are you now? You know, this is just, it was a lousy life. But the drugs played a big role in it. And today I don't have to look back at that. I do. I remember it. There's times it comes back to me. And there's other times I just go ahead with life and I focus on tomorrow. What can I do tomorrow? What can I do to make my life better? What can I do to help somebody?
I have the statistical, logistical answer to that. So I had a cosmetics company during COVID called Glamorous Lash Luxe and Boutique. And we sold makeup, cosmetics, and we were running fundraisers when I first started working in the field to help people raise money to these nonprofits to go and get treatment, go to sober living, go to do things like that. And I remember one day I had given the check to the company organization that we donated to, and it was a large amount of money. And I didn't like the way the transaction per to say happened and took place because it was politics and personalities over principle of how it went down. And I remember saying to my dad, we just donated that lump sum of money. And it wasn't like it was a $50 check, add another zero to it. It was a good amount of money. And it was at least one person or two people at the time. So it was a couple of years ago. Brent. And I says, I don't like the way that happened. I don't know the ins and outs of running a nonprofit, but I would love to be able to screen the people personally, do it myself, work with a team to see who and where it's going and how it's taking place, because the transaction behind how the money was taken was just so blah. It was blunt, it was blah. There was no gratitude behind it. And I says, that's weird. And I didn't like how it went down. So I said, you know what? We're going to take our time and research how you do a nonprofit. So that was 2022. I started Recovery Coach Academy, 22 into 23, got a certificate out of that, which is great because like, I don't knock recovery coaches at all. I think they're great, but I feel my role where I want to do more is in like the clinician side of it. And I like doing that because I want to get deep diving into what someone's problem actually is, you know, why, like you said, what was like the leading events, right? And I feel like so there's a trigger for every person that's been affected by drugs. And there's like that breaking point of like what caused them to do it and what caused them to stop it. So went through all of that. And the more I made friends with people in the industry, I would talk to them and I was like, yeah, like I like how people do these like nonprofits and like you're able to screen people, but I don't know how. Then I started educating myself. And I said to him one day, we were living in Peabody, I says, I want to start a nonprofit and I was going to name it after my two uncles that passed away. And then I says, well, that's nice and all. And God rest their souls. Like that would have been a nice thing to do, but you're living, like you have the knowledge. And I know he gets uncomfortable with like talking at some points, and since he's gotten sick, like a little bit of like the memory situation, but like you have the knowledge, you know exactly what you went through. Can we name it after you? And he was like, why not? I don't think he knew 100% what it entailed, like that it was going to be like what it is today, or that we would have this house or any of the houses that we've had. But I think where we drew the line is you could donate to like a huge foundation, a small foundation, like a family foundation. You don't know what these people are doing with the funds, and you also don't know what the applicant's doing. So the way we do it is, and I know some places will do it like they'll give specifically the house the money in that person's name, which is what we do. If we scholarship somebody out of here, like obviously if there's women that really need it and we have an open bed, I have no problem with scholarship with somebody 2 weeks. If we can do more, we do more. But like if they go to like, I don't know, Billy's house. We're just gonna use Billy as an example for a name. They go to Billy's house, and let's say John's the applicant that got the $1,000. You're gonna hope that the check goes to Billy's house's owner or manager and not to John himself, who then may take that $1,000 check that's in his name and go run and maybe use it on things he shouldn't do. So there was a lot of different like, well, how and why and the thought process behind it. And we kind of made it a little more personal of like, the money is going to directly go to the person in charge. There's going to be no lapse in any questions that we have. And each applicant is screened thoroughly because I believe everybody deserves a second chance at life to reintegrate to society, but don't take from those who have already been served. I mean, that haven't been served when you've already been served. So if there's somebody that's already gotten a scholarship for a year, that's secondary. The person who's just getting out of detox now, that this is their first time at recovery, they deserve it first. You know what I mean? Like that's my thought process. And that's when we started forming Mario's Mission. So typically we'll cater only to somebody who's newly in recovery. It's their first time at it. We don't get any grants right now. We don't get any federal funding. So everything is donation based. If we have a fundraiser and we raise X amount of money, or if it's a joint fundraiser with another organization, obviously we take our pot and we'll divvy it up into scholarships, which right now we don't have any funds because we had a hit and miss fundraiser back in June. It poured out. It was our Sober Bash 2025. It was terrible. But next year we're going to have a rain date so that if it does rain, we can plan better because every year you learn something different. The first year we didn't need a rain date. Second year we needed, or it was a washout. But hopefully the more money we can raise, we can allocate to more people. We've also done like care kits when partners, organization partners, companies will give gift cards, make the bags up, drop them off to like soup kitchens or, where there's
You also
unsheltered.
just, lended out a hand and donated some.
We did. Thank you for reminding me. We donated to the Gavin house, Eileen's house this past week. We donated 30 gloves and hat gift bags. So like we do what we can to help, but I know that was a longer answer. You were probably like, what the hell is she talking about? This was like the long answer to like, yes, Mario's Mission is named after him and it's his process of his recovery that like, and I always say like, well, if my dad could do it, like, why can't so-and-so do it? Like, that's like the process that I see, but everyone's journey is different.
Everybody's different.
Yeah. So like he's like the image and the face behind it. And the logo is a man. It's a silhouette with turquoise writing. And he loves blue and the silhouette's him because he didn't obviously want his face on it. But that was how that was born. And then, yeah. And then I was sick and tired of sending people to houses that I didn't know how they were run. And I said, you know what? Contrary to popular belief, I'm actually a nice person. And I think that your manager here, I think we run a pretty damn good house. And we've always run thorough houses, but a lot of houses are more fraternized and party-like and nothing's taken seriously. There's rules, but they don't follow them. And I think we run a pretty strict home with a little bit of leniency for balance, and we do things by the book. I was sick of sending people, and I'm not going to say what houses, I'm not going to do that, but 2 houses in the area that the person was going in, they wouldn't even finish their scholarship, and they were out the door. I said, I want to open a house. I want to do that. And that's how we started Kara's Place in Lynn. Left that in the rear view and opened this house. And I just feel like Revere being here at Kathy's Place has run so much better logistic wise because we're closer to better elements. I'm not knocking Lynn, but we're in a better element of an area. Easier transportation, more resources. And we have the opportunity here for more and better than we did there. So this time around, it was like full force. There was like nothing stopping. We have a really good vibe here. And there it was kind of like we were new. We really didn't know much. We were learning as we went. this house runs so much more smoothly than that house ran. So that was a very long-winded answer, but that's the evolution of Mario's mission and Todisco Sober Homes. And there's more that I want to do in the future with obviously my father being my partner. And even though my father didn't go to school for any of this and he took a different path with like construction and working in that industry, I know there's more that we can accomplish. And I know a lot of people have reached out to me and been like, well, I want to do this with you and I want to do that with you. And like, I would love to like branch out opportunity, but like,
I was just gonna ask, what do you
That's
see for Todisco Sober Homes in a year? Both of you, for both of you.
oh, well, I don't want to let out too much of my secrets because I have a lot of copycatting people out there. There's a lot of copycats out there and they just like to jump on ideas, but
I'm only asking because you asked me my.
no, you could swear. It's okay. All right. I want to finish my degree and get my hours in that are needed to get my license. I would eventually like to start working with clients. I don't know if that means under an umbrella of something we may do or under an umbrella of another organization. But whatever I do, he's down for the ride with me. Like, majority of the time, granted, it's a woman's house, but like he's involved in a lot of the decision making because he is my business partner, and he is there and he's lived it. I haven't lived it. I've lived the mental health side, but I haven't lived the addiction side. So he lived it and he can tell me like when there's been things that have happened in the house and I tell him, he's like, yeah, I know what that's like. That I may not know what it's like, but I could tell you how you get there because I know the point before you snap and break and you end up at that point. Like, so he's like that aspect of the business that keeps it going. You know what I mean? Like he knows how every one of you have felt that I may not necessarily know. Where I see this business in a year, expanded. Nothing's gonna stop me. I'm not stopping for fucking no one. Okay. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Tim's taking real good notes over there. I can hear that keyboard clacking. Expanded, maybe to help more than just women. Maybe there's a lot of adolescence going on, and I'd really like to be able to integrate helping women and children. I don't know all
as like individuals or like as like a family unit.
As a family unit.
That would be cool because I know that like I was just talking about that like there's programs for women with their children from like under 3, under 5. But
Yeah.
like, for me, for example, my son's 9, and there isn't anything like that preteen. Early
Yeah,
teen,
I
like,
want to do something to help women and children because it's hard when mom's in treatment and now children are with grandparents or with foster care in the system and they're not able to be a part of that and that's weighing on the mom. But I think if the mom was supervised under a program like this, and I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who ends up watching this, you can do it in the comments. I know there's halfway house programs and other programs where children can be involved, like step down houses where children can be involved. I don't know if there's sober home houses where children can be involved.
I'm not 100% sure, but
That'd be nice.
The closest one is in Natick.
Maybe.
There's like not really in this area that could help with like maybe future housing or like,
I just want to do
like
more to help
that,
people.
Like starting reunification process, like overnight visits with children, where like the mother and the child like learn how to coexist and live together again, and like both get that.
That's kind of what I'm. Yeah, like a unit. It's not just like mom's here, child's here. It's a bridge in between that needs to be filled. Where do you see Todisco Sober Homes in a year from now?
Going forward, doing what you said.
How do you feel about that?
I feel good.
Yeah. Is anything stopping us?
No,
Ain't no stopping us now?
no.
We're on the move?
Yeah.
Good. Put that in the background. McFadden and Whitehead, anybody put that in the background? Nothing's stopping us, huh?
No,
And nothing stopped you.
no.
January 1st, 33 years.
That's right.
Damn right. This
By
wraps
the
up
grace of God, yeah.
episode 21 with my father, Mario Todisco. Thanks for coming on, Dad.
You're welcome.
You did damn good.
Thank you.